teenagers. So, competent communicator, competent leader. Please welcome Sebastian Acosta.
Settle down, Toastmaster class. Time for class. Come on, please have a seat. No, you can't go to the washroom right now. Class is right away. We just had a break. Here we go. All right, we're going to start by having a word association activity. I say the word, you tell me the first thing you think of, okay? Ready? Sports.
Bag. Fun. Okay.
Exercise.
Hockey. Cricket.
Great. Let's try another one. Politics.
Cornucopia of
Liars.
lies.
Last one. Don't hold back. Teenagers.
Cornucopia
Live through it.
Mentally unstable.
All right. So, for some reason, some say very well deserved, teenagers kind of carry a bit of a negative connotation. And this is why in 2002, when I decided to go from engineering into teaching, people were looking at me like I had grown a third eye. Like I come from another world that I didn't know what actually teaching meant. Like, teaching? High school? You know, there's teenagers there, right? Like I've never seen a school. Like a cornucopia of them. I know, I didn't know that. See, teachers have all a different reason why we went into teaching. But perhaps one of the best answers I got for why somebody got into teaching was by this fellow who was just retiring as I was starting my career. He said, Sebastian, sit down. This career is very, very challenging. Dealing with teenagers will take a lot out of you. You need to have something. You need to have something more powerful, more bigger than yourself to carry through all these times where you're going to say, because you will say it, what am I doing here? And I want to share with you the two things that have kept me going all this 30 years. Write them down. And whenever you get to that point, you read them over and over again. The two things that have got me through are July and August. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Teenagers can be challenging. They can. Now, people say that teenagers are lazy. And if you want to hear about the epitome of lazy, let me talk to you about Michael. Michael was in my grade 11 workplace class. He was sitting at the back. He had black hair. He was in shape. Round is a shape. Sitting at the back of the class, his head holding the back wall. I finished a quick lesson and I said, okay, now get started. Michael did not even move. Like, Michael, get to work. I forgot my book. I'm like, oh, I don't like lending my own stuff, but I had to make an exception. Fine, Michael, come. Borrow my book and get started. Can you bring it to me?
Oh no.
No, I cannot bring it to you. Get your butt out of that chair, come get this book and get started work. It's okay. I just didn't want to take my book out of my bag. July and August, don't go to jail. July and August, don't go to jail. Teenagers are also well known for not having a very long attention span. The attention span is as small as the width of their cell phones. As a matter of fact, you can't tell something to them very, very often. As long as it's not coming like colorful and a screen about this big, they won't spend much time on it. As I'm teaching my classes, deriving quadratic formula, who wouldn't enjoy that? I can see them. I look back and some of them are looking and some of them are like this. I'm like, John, get off your cell phone. It's like, with a look, this is like, how did he know? Like, instincts. Teachers have instincts. And teenagers are known to be irresponsible. If I told you the things I've seen, the cheating going on, the skipping, the lying, students calling in, pretending to be their own parents to sign themselves off. There was this student who just talked to a friend of mine, convinced her that her mom has just died, and that's why she couldn't hand in her assignment. And my friend believed her, up until her mom called to find out how she was doing. Can you imagine that phone call? Hello? Yes, who is it? Who? Where are you calling from? Craziness. So teenagers are lazy, stuck to their phones, and irresponsible. Have you heard? Do you know anybody else who could respond to those attributes? Any adults that are lazy, stuck to their phones, or irresponsible? If you look at the newspaper, if you see the news, who's causing most of the trouble in the world? It's the adults. But nobody starts going like, adults these days. When I used to be an adult, that doesn't work. You can't quite say it yet. Yes, there are teenagers that are like that, but you know what? There are teenagers that are amazing. There are teenagers that give me so amazing work that just push me to become a better teacher. There are teenagers that have created charities, that they're doing the work to make this world a better place, to work for it. And they just push me to get better and better. So what is it? Are they dreadful or are they inspiring? Think about it. If you had to repeat one of the stories that I just told you today, would it be the one about Michael or the one about the guy who started a new charity? The one about Michael will give you a better response. But what we focus on expands. What you focus on expands. And that's why this happens. So is teaching teenagers dreadful or inspiring? My choice. My choice. What about your work? What do you choose to focus on? What about your family? What do you choose to focus on? What about your spouse? No, it's her fault. It's her fault all the time, doesn't it? Let me leave you with a little story. I happen to be blessed by having taught amazing teenagers. And when they don't know a lot of math, well, they're just kind of entertaining. One guy told me, after telling him about which focus on expand, he said, "Sir, you're right. Because I realized that what you focus on expands. My father has been focusing on his stomach for a long time. He's been doing nothing but expanding." All right, class, exit ticket, fill in the blanks. What do you focus on?
Expands.
Mr. Toastmaster.